Hi, in this video, we are going to learn how to integrate Google, Apple, or Outlook calendar with Welco AI. But before we understand how to integrate that, let us first understand why we need an integration with the calendar. So when you are using Welco, all the call happens on the Welco, and then you have your availability either in Google or Outlook. So there is actually no sync between these two applications, and we need to make sure that both these applications speaks to each other, making sure that we can sync the time and your availability with Velco. And because of this problem, because these are not syncing with each other, we face certain challenges like missed bookings. We have to do manual follow-ups. There are double bookings, and then it ultimately gives the very poor user experience. To resolve this particular problem, what we have done at Velco, we have given a very specific solution from where you can integrate multiple calendars with Velco. So the structure works like this. To make it happen, what we have done, we have used cal.com. Cal.com works as an intermediator between Velco and your calendars, and that works at a security level, like that works as a security level in a way where like Velco never gets access to your calendar credentials. So what happens once you integrate cal.com, it will allow you to integrate any of your calendar, and then a user calls, right? Whenever user calls, you get a call on Velco, and then it will use this cal.com as an intermediator. It will fetch the data from your calendar, and then it will book the appointment directly in the Velco area. So that's the basic structure we have applied for integrating your calendar. Now, how it works. So let's say, for example, let me give you the overall idea. So when you go to Welco.ai, right, in under the configuration part, you need to click on the connections, and under the connections, you will see a schedule and appointment option. Now, the setup process is very simple. You just need to click over here, and you need to, let's say, for example, connect your Google Calendar. In that case, you need to click over here. You need to click on the next part. Now you need to get cal.com API key, right? And that is a very basic process that you can follow. When you visit cal.com, you can just sign up with the just sign up with the account which is associated with your calendar, right? So just to give you the idea, I have logged into it, and I'm logging into this particular account just to give you the idea. Now once you log into it, you will see the first option that you need to integrate, or you need to have integrate your calendar, and you need to integrate your conferencing software. So under the app section, you will see app store, and under that you need to have install apps. So once you can click on the install apps, you can just go on the calendar part, and from here you can just add the calendar. You can just click over on the calendar part, and you can click on any calendar that you want to integrate. You can integrate Google Calendar, Apple, Outlook, Zoho, Microsoft as well. So you can integrate. Just click over here, and you need to install this particular app. Then in terms of calling, if you want, uh, so in terms of calling, let's say for example you want to have your call either, if your call needs to be physical, then there's no point over here. But if you, let's say for example, if you want to have a call on Zoom video, then you can just go on add click, and you can select any conferencing apps that you like Microsoft 365, FaceTime, Zoom, Google Meet, etc. You can also select the Skype as well. And once you select these two items, right, you are done with the basic setup that we need on your account. And then what you need to do is you need to go on settings, and once you go to the settings you will see API key. Over here you need to add, click on the add button, and over here you can just say Welco testing, right? You can just keep this untoggle and Welco testing, and once you save this particular item you will get this sort of API key. What you need to do, you just need to copy this particular API key and just paste it over here. And once you do that, it will ask you to validate API key. Right now, our API keys has been successfully verified. I need to click further. The scenario we need to set is like whenever someone calls us, uh, they need to go to the booking section, and then I can just say like 30 minutes of event type, and I want meeting location to be cal.com for now, and then I can just finish the setup. Right? That's how you connect the Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar with Felco. Now, once you are done with the integration, there are certain pointers that we need to check out. For that, you just need to test it once, like if Welco books the appointment successfully on your calendar, if event appears on Google or Outlook or your own calendar or not, if the time zone is properly set or not, and if the existing events, um, if cal.com is able to understand your existing events, right? So that's how you set up the Google Calendar. That's how you set up the calendar with Velco. And here are something that you need to double check. Here are the pointers that you need to double check. Make sure you are not uh, integrating the wrong calendar with cal.com. Make sure you are using the exact calendar for on which you want to set up the appointment. You need to check the time zone. You need to make sure that all the permissions are allowed for the calendar, and also all the events and blocks are not available unintentionally, making sure that we there is a room of appointment booking, right? So this is a very comprehensive guide on how to integrate any calendar on Velco. If you still have any questions uh, while integrating the calendar with Velco, do let us know. We will be more than happy to support you on that. Thank you.